Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I just want to do a quick follow-up video, so I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can without taking like 20 minutes. And I'm going to have some footage in the background. I'm going to try and keep it as clean as possible on the screen. So if you wanted to go through in slow motion or kind of like just dissect it and see what's going on. I didn't actually have any footage from last time on the other video to put up. That's on me, that's my bad. I usually always try to get some footage to put on that's relevant to what I'm talking about so that you guys can follow along or actually see the evidence in real time. So this time I actually went back and I tested both the Refinement for if damage through a card was not dealt, and for the Veiled Thorn if allies do not receive damage for one turn. So I just wanted to clarify some things because I don't know if it was a bit confusing or what, but there's also new information that came out. There was a new patch that came out earlier that did not resolve the text on here. So I just wanted to make this clean and simple for everyone to understand. That's either coming from the other video or is just seeing this video for the first time. So first, let's talk about the Refinement. The Refinement itself is correct, the description and the buff that it gives. If damage through a card was not dealt to an enemy for one turn. So the way that this works is you can still do damage. You just can't do it using an attack card. So things that I've tested is like the Charge Strike. That will still play automatically at the end of your turn, and that does count as damage through a card, through an attack card. From what I've heard, though, the Fighting Spirit, using that to activate your Hue in hand doesn't disable this effect. I don't personally have 9. One person has said this, so if you guys have 9 and you do end up getting this Refinement, this one actually might be really good on 9, but I can't confirm it myself, so if you guys have her and you have this and you can try it out, then please let us know, because I want to make sure that that's correct. And I think that works because you're using a skill card to activate a attack card, so technically it's not the attack card doing damage, I guess, in quotes or whatever. It's like the skill card activating, and it's kind of like a resolution of that. That's the only thing that I could think of that makes that work. But any other damage doesn't disable this, so counterattacks, follow-up attacks, or coordinated attacks, agony damage, things like that, like, does not disable this. So this is really good for like Magna. I mean, honestly, this is just a really good effect, I feel like, on anyone that isn't like your main DPS that's playing attack cards over and over and over. Unless you're doing 9, that might work. So Veiled Thorn. I was saying that these are the exact same effects, or that these were like the same effect, but it's not the exact same, like word for word. So I just wanted to clarify that. That's what this is about. So if allies do not receive damage for one turn, this part is wrong. It's supposed to say if allies do not deal damage for one turn. No attack cards, no counterattacks, no coordinated attacks, no ballistas, like if this is on 9, for instance, nothing like that. You can't do any damage whatsoever. The only instance of damage that I found that you'll see in this footage is, for some reason, Agony is still allowed to proc. I think that's just because Agony is a debuff, and it's not any of your characters actually dealing damage. So Agony is fine. But any damage whatsoever, any other source of damage from any of the 3 combatants, disables this completely. I don't know why this one is so bad. In my opinion, I think it's pretty bad. It might be really good for turn 2 plus setups with like Barrel, or if you're doing a lot of spores, like Sporlea with 9 or something like that, and you're like ramping up and you have a turn where you're just not attacking whatsoever, and then your next turn you take advantage of this, sure. But in my opinion, I don't think it's as good. I think the Refinement's way better. So to follow that up, so that's clear. Hopefully that's clear now. It is the same sort of effect. It's just it completely disables if anyone on your team attacks. Whereas the Refinement, only the combatant. If the combatant doesn't attack, your 2 allies can still attack and do whatever the hell they want. But if the person that has the Refinement doesn't attack with a card, then the next turn they get this buff. And this is a damage buff, so as far as I could tell, it's working on counterattacks, it's working on all sorts of stuff, obviously not agony. So you can just sit there on a counterattack build, and next turn you'll get your 50% damage up. And then next turn you'll get your 50% damage up, and it'll just keep going. So, yeah. One is for the command, the other one is team-wide. It's not a team-wide buff, but the team-wide damage disables it. But it's only, the buff is still only on the character for Veiled Thorn. It's not a team buff, as far as I know. And the only other thing I wanted to say, too, is that I haven't confirmed this. I do want to get the Refinement and Veiled Thorn in one run, but I have seen something on the stove where, and it might have been somewhere else as well, that if you have both of these effects, it might be if you have the Refinement on the Veiled Thorn, or if you just have both of these effects on the same character, they don't stack. Don't quote me on that. Whoa. I don't know. I can't test it. If someone does have both on the same character and they can confirm that it either stacks or doesn't stack, you can let us know. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna keep trying to farm for this and see if I can get it, so that I can let you guys know if this is a stackable buff or not. Because if it's not stackable, then there's no point in like trying to go for this for like your big setup like build. But if it is stackable, then it's huge, because it's a 50% and an extra 50% multiplicative, unless the number is also wrong. But as far as I could tell, it's not. They're multiplicative. So that's just what I wanted to say. I just wanted to clear that up. I just wanted to let you guys know on a big update. And I hope you guys have been having a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!